Hi, Karina here, your Lucid Living coach. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm an intuitive transformational life coach and astrologist. And today I am going to be talking about the next full moon, which is happening April 26th in the sign of Scorpio. Hence this headpiece. We are bringing Halloween to spring. So, there are some pretty important things about this full moon that you should know, and I'm going to get right into that. After, you want to stick around for the card reading. I'm going to be picking tarot associated with this full moon as well as oracles, and I'm going to roll the dice for an intuitive message, and I'm going to be picking making magic, a symbol for whoever gets the dice. So pretty much this dice has all the planets, this dice has all the houses, and this sign has all the zodiacs. So I'm going to go ahead and roll these three at the very end for a special intuitive message for whoever that is for. What is Scorpio? Scorpio is a water sign, okay? It's fixed in nature, and its opposite is Taurus, hence, in Taurus season. The sun moves into Taurus on the 19th, and also Mercury moves into Taurus on the 19th. Now, on the 23rd, Mars will be moving into the sign of Cancer. Okay, this is a very difficult energy for all the Mars ruled signs, as well as just for everyone's like drive and energy levels. Okay, moving forward will feel a little muddled. So, just a pre warning, but I'll get a little bit into that later in this video. I have all kinds of notes because there is a lot going on and I don't want to miss. I will be referring to also degrees and decans. I feel like there is a very specific message that has to do with the water, okay? There is a water trine happening between this moon is in Scorpio at 7 degrees, which 7 is Neptune, okay? And it's in the 12th house by when it's exactly full by where I'm at in California. Now it trines over to Mars at 2 degrees, which is a moon ruled degree, and it's in Cancer, which is the zodiac ruler of the moon. And then it trines down to Jupiter in Aquarius. Now, the reason why is because Mars is at a really early degree and Jupiter is at a really late degree. So the trine is significant, even though it's in an air sign. So it's still like a water trine because the degrees is at 27 degrees, which is the moon and Neptune, which is Mars is at 2 and the moon's at 7. And so this is a combined of those 2 degrees, which I thought was pretty interesting. And it kind of stood out to me. So this is a very watery, mutable, changeable, intuitive, emotional, and kind of all over the place full moon. I think that there is going to be a lot coming up for us. And this is also the wrap up from October. So even thinking about back in October, which was Scorpio season, how much have we grown? How much have we learned? How far are we from that point in our personal evolution? Our relationship that we have with ourselves and with others. What is our new value? There's a lot coming up. This is a super moon and it's happening at 7 degrees. Now, I wanted to read the degrees out of here. So the 7 degrees of Scorpio is a small cave located high in the hills and filled with goat dung. Oh, tumultuous changes hanging on the previous identities, ego fragments, and the shrapnel of personal illusion. You are plugged into a karmic process that exposes what is real and what is not, yet harbor such intense old places inside that it takes massive overhaul to get anywhere. Forcing yourself up against a brutally harsh karmic path of exceedingly rough process. But this is what it takes when you have built up in reserve so much retrogressive stuff that you must be enveloped by it in order to uncover a way to be yourself again without all these barnacles and burdens. Fierce shadow whirl under duress, personal and collective. Tremendously powerful, treacherous, and rewarding. Not for the faint-hearted. Okay, that's pretty intense. But you know what? Scorpio is intense. Scorpio is about exposing the truth through deep involvement and penetrating depths of life. It is about the death and rebirth. It is the 8th house, okay? So this is after you found a partner, 7th house, you go into a deep sexual connection and sometimes not even sex. This is a deep emotional bond with someone. This is a soul connection or a soul tie. The 8 is infinity. This is about the death and the rebirth. This is the phoenix rising, okay? Scorpio energy is about transparency. It's about vulnerability. It's about non-attachment, but also this open, deep bonding. Okay. It's about honesty. And sometimes brutally honest would be an extreme energy of Scorpio. So with the full moon, we have the sun in Taurus and the moon opposing it in Scorpio. This is about confronting one's inner awareness and expressing it outwardly. This is where we want to communicate what has been inside of us that has not been fully expressed. The sun in Taurus is sensual, it's stable, and it's fixed. And the moon in Scorpio is intensity and passion, but it's also sorrow and desire and the need for depth and rawness. We seek the truth and control. This is a great time to transmute our fears and rid ourselves of old habits that are no longer serving us, even relationships that are no longer serving us. If you haven't did your taxes, okay, because 8th house is also taxes, shared resources, our value, our money, right, is opposite. And this also has a lot to do with it. But it's a good time to get those done. We had an extension here in the United States. I don't think it's due until May, but get that done. There is going to be a highlight in that area of our value and resources and our shared value and resources. Scorpio is about a death, okay? And also after is the rebirth in Sagittarius. Now, this is about letting go of people and letting them move on, okay? So this could be in the 3D and or it could be in the metaphysical if someone passed over. This is a good time of completion and letting go and doing an offering to let them be free. For all those that lost someone, my heart goes out to you. And this also has to do with inheritance too. So what they have left behind for you, and then you're giving back to them the freedom, okay, to go. All right. So Mars being in Cancer at 2 degrees, Mars actually enters Cancer on April 23rd, and that's going to be slowing us down a bit. Cancer is the ruler of our home and self-protection, because Cancer is a crab and it has a hard shell, right? But it's super soft inside. So it's very self-protective, and it protects its home and its family and its friends in its home front. So it's like the Mars in Cancer is going to be more driven to be around family and home and things that are associated with home. We are more apt to have sudden moodiness. So don't let the changes in plans or goals get you down, because everything is aligning for your greatest good, and everything is kind of unclear. Now is a good time to transmute the darker energies into light. So if you're a Leo, this Mars will be transiting your 12th house, which will want to be alone or connect deeply with those that we love. And we're going to want to rest more at home. So there may be a change in your career or goals or legacy. If things have not been flowing, it's time to switch it up, because the 2nd and the 8th house has to do with our value and how we make our money. What motivates us? How have you changed? What are the next things that you will need to change to match the new you? What relationships need to change? Is there depth and soul in your connections that you currently have? Relationships are highlighted. Are they evolving you? Bring passion back into your life. Who do you need to forgive? What do you need to heal from the past? Who do you need to let go of? These are some questions you could be asking yourself now. Pluto has been a huge influence on this pandemic. When Pluto was at 22 degrees of Capricorn, last was in 1774 through 1777. Now, this was the American Revolution. At 22 degrees of Capricorn was smallpox. And now at 22 Capricorn return, it's COVID. Now, I believe Pluto's at 27 degrees in our birth chart, because the United States New World was birthed in 1776. Pluto was at 22 or 27 degrees. Our Pluto return is coming, I believe, February 22nd, 2022. Now, it's sneaking up to 26 degrees, and then Pluto's going to retrograde, which is happening. This is a huge shift for the United States, and we already have felt it shifts. So how is the US shifting and changing? What is the new normal? What parts of the old world are dying? And what is the new world that we are building? What parts of the old world should we keep? What parts of the new world aren't working? These are all these questions that we should be thinking about for this next cycle, this next year until February, okay? There's only a couple more moon cycles in Scorpio. Now, I'm going to talk about some aspects that are creating a little more tension and things that need to be adjusted. Now, Mars in Cancer is not the happiest there because Mars is our drive and Cancer is our home. So we're driven to be more home and inward and protective and protecting our energy. But this is squaring over to Chiron in Aries, which is the wounded healer, and it's our ego. So this Chiron's been working on healing our ego. Okay. This has to do with our avatar. This is not an easy aspect. Okay. This could bring up unexpected, unconscious emotions and wounds. Now, Mars is in the water sign. It's weak, right? And more driven by our changing moods and rising emotions with Chiron in a fire sign, heating up the water. So this could be like a boiling point. Okay, what happens when something boils? It rises up and it transforms, and which we're releasing a lot of the steam, which is great because that's what Scorpio is about, transformation and transmuting negative energy into positive energy, or transmuting darkness into light, right? So I feel like this will be a process of releasing and strong repressed emotions, which will provide us with relief as a sense of purging and letting go. Through this pain and uncomfortable emotions, we will then come to the rest and rejuvenation. We will all be experiencing this in a different aspects of our life. My advice is to feel it and don't repress these unexpected feelings that may come up for you. You may have to, otherwise, you're going to have to pay for them in other ways. You got to feel it to heal it. So don't let yourself spiral into a pity party or like a victim mentality. Transmute it into a personal power. Remember that you have a choice and you choose how to see life. How can you take your power back? Take responsibility for your life. Have gratitude for what you do have and give back to others. These are great ways to transmute this energy if you're not feeling so great. Forgiveness and self-care is also a good tip for this transit. If you can do these things and let yourself feel your emotions and accept that certain things happen, you can come out on top of this challenging aspect. So Mars square Chiron. There you go. Now we have also Mars square Neptune. Okay, they're both in water signs. And so the square is from the late and the early degrees because Neptune's at 22 degrees, which is a master number. And it's of the moon and it's in Pluto, which is this moon cycle. And Mars is in the sign of the moon at 2 degrees, which is also the moon. So there's a 222 square aspect happening. So there is a lot of unease in this area of emotion and feeling, but also what we're intuiting as well. And like letting go of the past or things that aren't really working for us. So moving away from this exact square, because the exact square was Friday the 9th, this aspect still lingers lethargy and unclear direction and dodging manipulative people. You are slowly finding out who's on your team, and that will be revealed most likely very soon. Full moons highlight, okay? It shines light on darkness because it comes out at night, right? We have Neptune sextile Pluto, which is a positive aspect. They're dancing together. I think that there is a lot that is coming up for us in our systems and how much we have been deceived and how much the media has twisted truths to try to gain power and control over the collective. And I think that there will be things that will come to light for us in that regard. Now, moon opposite Uranus. Because Uranus is sitting conjunct the sun, there's about a 5-degree orb. We are going to want to have our freedom. we're going to want to do things our own way. And this could also be in the line of how we provide for ourselves. Maybe we have a job that we hate. Okay. This Sun conjunct Uranus in Taurus, opposing the moon in Scorpio, I think will help you finally release yourself from this confinement. Uranus is about freedom, and we're going to want more freedom during this time. The freedom of attachment, the freedom of restriction, the freedom of rules and regulations, and even the freedom from partners and partnerships. Now, relationships could be giving us a hard time, okay, and emotional upsets. So make sure to breathe and not react. Take some time out to think things through before just blasting your mouth open. We can express ourselves and ask for space and time in order to think things through. And if you are not getting the respect, if someone's not respecting your need for space and boundaries, they're asking to be removed from your life, okay? So make sure that you're feeling respected and that you're assessing your boundaries and that your boundaries are being respected, okay? So what else do we have here? So we have Saturn square Uranus and Venus and Mercury, okay? Because everything's all over there with this moon. We have a lot of energy in Taurus right now. So we're still on the slow moan of getting what we want to happen. Okay, Taurus naturally is a slow moving energy. It is like a toddler crawling. The toddler cannot run or walk, it's crawling. So it slows us down to really like getting things done. Plus, it's kind of lazy. Taurus energy likes to rest and it likes vacation. It likes eating. It kind of likes just being slow. And I mean, just think of a cow. I mean, that's what they are, really. Moo. Okay. So we're still on this slow mode. Things are changing directions as well. And things that you thought were going one way could quickly change to the other way. So remain flexible and open for new offers, because when things change, then there's usually new doors being opened. So we want to connect, and there could be things blocking that, either distance or shyness or other relationship problems could be getting in the way of really wanting to connect and feel vulnerable with another person. And this could lead us to feeling lonely and down. So make sure that you are self-caring and you're finding things that you enjoy doing in your alone time. Because as much as people are so afraid to be alone, it is where things are shown to us. Our true feelings come out when we're alone. Our true personality comes out when we're alone, because we're not reacting to that energy that is around us. Just like planets affect other planets as far as like aspects and what lens is projecting its light through, is the same with us. Now, if I were standing talking to someone and there was a small child running around me with this hyper energy, I would be feeling that energy of that hyper child, right? And if I were talking to someone and there was someone impatiently projecting anger and irritation at me because I was taking so long, that would also interact with my energy in a different way. So these planets and aspects with other planets also have the same effect. So when I'm talking about aspects like squares, oppositions, or trines, these are all where they're sitting. And if you know anything about body language and investigations, like they always have when you're being investigated, the investigator is opposing. So that's opposition. They're seeing things differently and they're really trying to get to the bottom of things. They're trying to see each other's side and find a happy medium and a balance to how are we going to solve this problem? Okay. Now, Mars is trining over to the moon and Jupiter. Okay, this is a good energy to speak your truth, to show your emotions and your feelings for someone. You might be feeling more assertive, so don't let the ego get in your way of something beautiful, because our egos could stop us from saying our true feelings in fear of getting hurt or rejected or abandoned. With this moon trine Jupiter, this increases your luck and your optimism. This optimism or enthusiasm, let's say, makes for a better outcome when asking for what you want from someone romantically or even in business, because the seventh house is partnerships. This is business, but it's also marriage. And marriage isn't always necessarily romance, right? If you are coupled, our honesty and openness will benefit the connection. And if you're single, new relationships are possible. So get out there and mingle. I'm not saying specifically on this full moon in Scorpio. Myself might just be chilling at home, but be open to the possibilities. Whatever that you've been wanting could come easily if you just put in the work and ask for what you want. That's being honest, Scorpio. Your strongest and most primal desires can be fulfilled, so you shouldn't be shy about grabbing them. All this confidence and Scorpio energy is on your side, and it's only going to help get you what you want. This transit is intense, guys, and we'll be highlighting the depth and the deception around us, not only on television, but within our groups, our friendship, our relationship. We will be looking into our resources and our spendings, and including our jobs. How others value us is a reflection of how we value ourselves. We teach others how to treat us. What are you allowing? Now is the time to start cleaning house in your relationships. It's time to have conversations with those that we love and we care about. Apologize to the ones that we did wrong or treated badly before moving on. We have had so much healing around this full moon, and life is short. So tell the people that you love them. Be bold, be brave, be authentic, be real, be raw. That's what Scorpio is all about. Now, Scorpio in tarot is highlighted by the death card. People always get afraid of this card because they think that someone's going to die or they're going to die, but that is not true. We die daily, and you must close one door to open another door. You need to put the past behind you and part ways, ready to embrace new opportunities and possibilities. We all have time for our transformation. We all need time to rest and rejuvenate. And then there's time when you have to live and live fully and accept the new possibilities that are calling to us. Embark on the adventure. It may be difficult to let go of the past, yes, but you will soon see its importance and the promise of renewal and transformation. Resisting change could be harmful, not only physically, but spiritually. You may be reluctant to let go, or you may not know how to make the change you need. So I highly recommend go within, meditate, listen to your intuition, and your dreams are important. Say yes to the change, embrace the new. Sometimes the transformations are within, out of view of others. And that's okay too. This could be letting go of unhealthy attachments to people. This could be letting go of negative thought process. This could be letting go of substances, fear, and those bad habits or self-limiting beliefs. This transformation could be on any level. For each of us is going to be different. For Scorpios, risings, and some Scorpios, depends on what your rising is, but this could be letting go of the past and holding on to things that are holding us back, like our unconscious and our fears and our addictions. Or this could be a highlight and letting go of like our ego and becoming more self-aware. This is an exciting time for us all. We just had the new moon in Aries, which was initiating spring, and the new Venus star point of that cycle of those. It's just a new cycle with Venus, which is exciting because she is the planet of beauty and abundance and our value. It's also the unseen, especially if it's a morning star, right? Morning star is Lucifer and evening. Now we are ready for some card readings and some dice. What I did was I chose some cards that I thought were good for this moon cycle. Alice in Wonderland, because it's so Neptune. Circus Oracle, which is so Pluto and Neptune. And Love, the journey of love, because of Venus and our emotions and the moon. And then we're going to pick from the animal spirit guide. And then I will end it with tarot to clarify and wrap up the reading, and then roll the dice for someone that needs to hear a message, a channeled message. All right. Alice in Wonderland, full moon in Scorpio. What is the message for the collective? Lead the way. Card number 12, which is the sun and the moon. Oh, Spirit, you're so on point all the time. Lead the way. Be a leader. Show others how it's done. You could help others. In this card, Alice takes on a rather new role, that of a leader. She did, after all, create the problem that they are all experiencing. She is the one who thinks through what has happened and tries to calm the creatures about her, even though that doesn't always go right. And she is the one being who takes charge and leads them out of the pool of tears and onto land, just as you must do right now. There is an emotional situation about you, and it is affecting not only you, but others too. And they're finding it hard to make their way back to steady ground. They are floundering amongst the sea of emotions within the present circumstances, and it is up to you to lead them to the shore, to bring them back to the land. Now, this means that you are to help everyone calm their emotions and come back down to a more grounded, clear, and stable place. Even if you've been very emotional yourself, it is time to show leadership. Set for the shore and help others make it there safely too. Show everyone how it's done. Demonstrate what is best to do. Help those who, like you once were, are overwhelmed by their feelings. All you need to do is show them the way. The deviation for this card. It is time to step into a leadership role. Others are looking to you to solve a problem and show them how to work through an emotional situation. Help others by showing them what needs to be done, not by telling them what to do. Calm your emotions, ground, and center yourself so you can be of greater service to others. You cannot help others overcome emotional distress until you have learned how to calm your own feelings. Be steadfast, strong, and encourage others by your own calm example. Well, looks like we all need to lead and help others during this very transformational, challenging time, this time of change and evolution and truth that's being revealed. So now I'm going to pull from the Divine Circus Oracle. And another thing, because there is a lot of change in people's relationships, including their jobs, you know, if it, let's just say that you just have not been enjoying what you're doing and you want to move forward and move on. When you make that decision, you're actually being a leader, because you're going to eventually step into your purpose and your calling, which most likely will help others. Now, we're not helping others when we're in a stagnant, stuck situation where we're not happy, because then we're not using our superpowers, right? So I just thought I'd mention that, try to put that card in here. So full moon in Scorpio, collective card. What divine circus oracle? Whoa, Dukes of Shadows. Well, isn't that kind of perfect for Scorpio? Look at this Scorpio card though. Seriously. 14 to 5. Change. 1 is the sun and 4 is Uranus. Change. Things are changing. Spring. Things are blooming in the spring. Cunningly clever I am, helping you discern the truth from a lie. I remind you that half truths may seem to be whole, yet in the shadows is information yet to be known. When the time is right, the light shall be bright, the confusion will give way to understanding. The Dukes of Shadows brings you an invitation to patience. It is cautionary card, not to inspire concern, but rather to inspire curiosity. There is more to a situation, person, opportunity, and even an apparent absence of activity or success that meets the eye. You could imagine it being like the universe has another card up its sleeve and is yet to show its full hand. The Duke of Shadows indicates that a process has been set in motion, but is under the radar of your awareness. Something is happening, even if it doesn't appear to be the case. But just like a seed starts to grow into a plant deep in the earth, apparently invisible and yet very real, you are being subjected to invisible but real forces of growth and healing at this time. His appearance signifies that the bigger picture of what is happening right now is not fully available to you. It will be in time, but for now, Dukes of Shadow is reminding you that what you are seeing is not the whole story and is not the final verdict, because you cannot know what you don't know. You will need to wait for more information to come to you. So if what you see, sense, or feel is negative right now, don't believe it. You are in a time of your life when your perspective will be partial. That is not through some failure on your part. It is just the way of things at various points in the process of bringing dreams and visions to life in the world. Sometimes we are at the top of the mountain and can see where we have come and where we're going very clearly. At other times, we are doing the hard yards on the journey and have to keep going through what feels like a dark night where we aren't really sure where we're going or even if we're getting anywhere at all. This is an essential part of the journey that leads us to the top of the mountain and a clearer view in due course. The Duke of Shadows tells you two things. Firstly, if you feel like this, keep going, because your perspective will soon become a happier and more informed one. Secondly, don't take things at face value at the moment. Things are going to shift and change, and there will be a surprising twist in your life. Though you don't see it coming, another piece of your life puzzle is going to reveal itself soon. It will help solve a difficulty or question you have been holding in your heart. So the healing trick for this card is repeat several times and then say the following aloud. From darkness to light, when the timing is right, all I need to know is revealed. The beautiful truth no longer concealed. I trust that all I need comes to me at the perfect time and in the perfect way. Even when I feel I am in darkness, the perfection of the universe is always at play, helping me find my way. Hooray. You have finished the healing trick. You could also say, just a day follows night. Out of the darkness comes the clarity of light. I am shown all that will help me at the perfect time and in the perfect way. I know everything that is helpful for me to know now and every day. The journey of love. What is this relationship going to transform during this full moon? Ethereal touch. 27. Wow. That is the degree that Jupiter's at. Wow. Let's check it out. 27, 27. Spirit is present in your very touch at this time, and you are having an impact on the world around you, particularly your close relationships, in ways that are far more profound than may be immediately obvious. The touch of your soul is ethereal, spiritual, of light and sound. It moves the heart and opens pathways of possibility through love, faith, trust that would otherwise be impossible to assess. Trust in the presence of the divine in your touch, physical and spiritual. Your healing presence is making waves of love rise and stir in the world, in this world, and the divine lives and breathes through you, beloved. Remember that through the sacred temple of your body's gifts, with the hands through which to hold and give, it is the soul within the flesh that renders touch a sacred healing. This oracle guides you to accept and embrace your healing abilities and to trust that you can feel your way through life by opening your hands to receive and taking hold of the opportunities that are present to you. You are meant to touch the world with your spirit. Whoa, that's cool. Because of those new opportunities we were talking about, that's clarity. So now I'm going to pick from the Animal Spirit deck. Okay, by Kim Kranz. I got this deck in Occidental, but I've seen her cards even in Sedona, Arizona, so she definitely gets around. I also found it at the bookstore in, where was I? St. Helena, Calistoga, St. Helena. Yeah, I think so. Okay, what spirit animal for this full moon in Scorpio for the collective? Gonna come out. I wonder. Okay, one more shuffle and then a pick the top. Oh, okay. Out of these ones. The moth. Well, the moth is definitely transformational. It is an air sign as well. Impulsive, hasty, and wishful. The moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. Moth energy is at play when we're attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. This can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, and burnout. It's helpful to remind moth personalities that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. Practicing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. When in balance, enthusiastic and whimsical. When out of balance, idolizes others and jittery. And to bring into balance, finish a project. So that's true, because when we're all going through our own stuff, our own challenges, and we see people that appear to have it easier, we could feel a certain way. Okay. And the thing is Neptune is delusion. Sometimes we don't see things clearly. Just because people don't express what they're going through, or they don't show in their facial expressions or their demeanor or even their online persona, they don't show that they're having challenges. Challenges are a part of life, okay? We all go through them, whether you think you have it easier or more difficult than others. We are all on this journey, okay? We all have opposition, and we all have things that we're learning here in this life. So what it's saying is, if you just, let's say, are jealous or you wish you had it easier than other people, finish a project. Channel that energy into something. Okay? So you have something to be proud of. All right, so now I'm going to move to the tarot, and then after the tarot, I'm going to roll the dice for the channeled message. Mercury, the Magician. So the reverse Magician has to do with poor planning, untapped talents, and manipulation. Scorpio could be a very manipulative energy to gain power, right? So the reverse is really saying that we have what we need to make things happen. And sometimes things could be a bit unclear. So to try to get more clarity, you might have lost touch with the why. Why are you doing the things that you're doing? What is your end goal? Maybe we're being asked to rethink what we're doing on the daily basis. Maybe there is something that definitely needs to transform in the way that we are making progress in our, let's say, our work or stuff like that. So this shows that you are exploring what you wish to manifest, but you're not taking the action yet. And maybe there's still some uncertainty. Maybe there still needs to be some stuff that you need to think about, and use this process these next 4 weeks, because we have a couple more weeks until this full moon in Scorpio, if you're watching it, because I'm recording this on the day after the new moon in Aries, which is April 11th. This full moon in Scorpio is not until the 26th, which is the end of this month. And then we'll have the new moon in Taurus, which is this new value, this new Venus embodiment that we want. So we want to be careful also of just making our daily energy towards making money. This is greed. Okay. And so we want to make sure that we are in touch with our higher self, and we're moving forward with our personal gains, and and we're not doing it at the expense of others. This reverse card also shows that you have many skills that are being untapped. You're not using your full potential. So what is holding you back? Why are you resisting the movement forward? You may realize that you have so much more to give than you actually have been giving. How can you change this? What needs to change for you to reach your fullest potential? So those are things that you can think about during this time. Mercury is in Taurus. So, there's a lot of conversations that are happening about our value and our relationships. And there is a lot of things that are changing within that. So, all right. Now I'm going to roll the dice for a channeled message. Aquarius, Mercury, fifth house, which is opposite from the Aquarian house. So what things do you want to manifest for the future that has to do with what you're creating? You're creative projects. This could be romance. This could be children. Okay. Ask yourself, Mercury in Aquarius, is this working for you? What is it that is holding you back? What is holding you back from speaking your authentic truth, to creating the art and creating the business that you really desire? If it is that you want kids and you're not in the relationship with someone that is willing to give you those kids, why are you staying? How important is it for you to have children? And why are you with this person? I feel that sometimes we're with people because we're learning something, right? And sometimes we're with people karmically, okay? That could be learning as well. And then we're with people that have the same goals in mind. So, is there anything you need to change? As far as, do you need to speak your authentic truth? Do you need to speak your value? This could be in relationships. This could be in your business or your job. Let's say you really wanted to create something like your own business, but you are being held back by your own self. What is it that you need to do? What ties do you need to cut in order to release yourself? I think also that if you change what you're doing on the daily, like if you were to change the way you move about your environment, uh, short trips to the store, this could change and help you awaken to maybe this daily habits that aren't working for you. It could even be moving. Now, if your Mercury is in Aquarius, it's squaring over to this sun and moon, this full moon. Okay, it's squaring both the sun and the moon. So there's definitely something internally that is happening. I think something internally is really transforming. I think a lot of things are coming up for you. And there's a lot of things that are also being revealed to you. And I feel like in that you have to somehow pull out of you how to speak your truth. And this could be in any area that is transforming within you, because each chart is different. But that's my channeled message for the Aquarius energy, the Mercury in the 5th house, or any of those combinations. All right. Well, thanks for joining. Thanks for liking. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for sharing my videos. I appreciate every single one of you. If you hit the bell notification, you can get notified anytime that I upload videos. If you're interested in learning astrology, I'm hosting a workshop. If you are not in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, you could also purchase, and I will send you the link to watch the videos. I'm having a how to read your basic birth chart and intermediate and advanced. So once you're done with the basic and intermediate, then we'll move on to the advanced. This is totally affordable. If you're interested, please let me know, and I will get you signed up. If you are in the area, San Francisco Bay Area, and you're linked up on my Facebook and you'd like to join, please message me and I'll make sure to get you a pretty nice bundle price for all 3 workshops. Also, if you'd like to support me in any way, I have a Leo merch on my Teespring. I have these planet crystal bracelets. I'm actually just made these awesome Moldavite bracelets. Yes, I found Moldavite. They're very popular right now. This one's a super grounding one. This is a 1 Moldavite and garnet, citrine, smoky quartz, and hematite to ground it. Hematite and black tourmaline, onyx, any of those grounding are really good for Moldavite. So this one has 3 Moldavites and rainbow hematite, gold sandstone, and hematite and onyx. And this one's very similar to the other one as well. So these are some new ones. I absolutely love my bracelets. And if you're interested in purchasing those, you could go to the link in my bio. And thank you for listening and sharing. I appreciate you. And I will talk to you guys on the next video. So peace out, your Lucid Living Coach, Karina.